And have you ever experienced a young lady that lacked in those areas that you
Well,
know?
yes, I have. Yes, I have, because I once lacked in them, and I was in a place, where I could probably sense what a woman was thinking, but yet I wasn't sensitive. So I had the sense, but I didn't have the activity. So
I like how you did that.
I wasn't, so I could probably feel what she wanted or what she was feeling, but I had this demeanor, I ain't going, I'm not about to, and I'm a man and all that, and so that was where the boundary was with me.
So when your needs weren't met by the boundaries that have already been established and set, what was your response, or how did you react to
I fell back. My fallback game was strong. It was. It really, really was. And to be honest, it's definitely have improved, because I don't like being played if I'm going to give of myself. But one thing I've had to realize in relationships is that everyone that you get into, you're going to have the risk factor. You're just going to have it. The risk factor is a part of the relationship, be it business, professional, or spiritual.
What's the risk?
Or business, intimate, and spiritual.
What's the
risk? Of the bottom line, the risk is that you're going to invest in someone that may or may not give back to you the very same investment that you give.
Oh wow! So we're doing. So this is relationships sound like an obligation with the way you're breaking it down.
Well, I mean, for you to have success more than failure, yeah, it is. For you to have success more than failure, absolutely, because you've got to take the risk. You've got to show that you're willing to take the risk, and/or that you have the tools to continue to withstand, and that person has to show you the very same thing in order for it to come out successful the way that you want it to be. I mean, at the end of the day, but that's where Christ comes in, because at the end of the day, he can guard the heart. You know what I mean? He can guard to where you would expect, but he'll prepare you for the disappointment.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So if something falls through, he'll make a way of escape so that you won't lose everything in the process.
Okay. It sounds like a security deposit or something.
Yeah, listen, come on. Go to the bank window and put in that deposit. You expect it to be there whenever you need it. You know what I mean? You expect to draw from it.
Right.
When you're down, you expect that woman to be able to have something to say to lift you up. And that's where it also comes to for the men. To lesson number 1 is it is okay to be open and honest with your lady. And you set that boundary when you first start talking to them, so that you will hear the response. Because once you hear it, it will be played out when the time comes. If a woman is not feeling you, even in her response, you're going to hear it. And then eventually the time is going to come where they show it. And likewise, if the man is not feeling her, it's going to come out in the response. And eventually the action.
Right.
Hence why actions still do speak louder than words. Because even if you fool me with your response over the phone, or when the time comes.
Hold up. Give me a second. Wait, hold on, cuz this is why I need my editor. But we good. We still rolling. Hold on. Excellent. Okay. I just had to take a time check on what it is that we're doing. I gotta give him a man Pilot. Shout out to young Nita Pilot. Forgive me, cousin, for the brief interruption. We back, and okay. We're still talking about relationships. You said you fall back when your needs are not met.
Yes, I did. I did a lot of that. I did a lot of falling back because I realized that if you could not put 100% in to it, or the effort.
Yeah.
And when I've always said that when effort is made, the Lord can bless effort.
Right.
And that's in anything. Ladies and gentlemen, when you put effort into something, there is something good that comes out of it. And that's where it is. Effort can be blessed.
I'm gonna go ahead and be transparent real quick. You know what I mean? Because I like the wave that we on. We talking about relationships. So your boy OmniPro is talking to a young lady. Been talking to her for about a few months now. I like the fact that she's not clingy. I like the fact that she doesn't really give me any type of nagging. You know what I mean? I love that shit, man. And so she gave me some news today that I wasn't too thrilled about. Now she's one of my subscribers, so she may see this, and I shouted her out once. So you know what I mean. It's nothing that I have any ill will towards her. It's just I don't set boundaries.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And it's not a trust issue or anything like that. It's just I don't want to. I don't want to have any boundaries, because when you have boundaries or a blueprint like that or expectations, dealing with three-dimensional time, a woman can think that you are trying to be manipulative or controlling. You know what I mean? If you have expectations, like let's use the communication on the cellular device for an example. Some women think that calling you, specifically once a day, that's like, equivalent to blowing a phone up, or maybe not that extreme. It may be, does it have to be set like I have to call you every day, I have to hear your voice every day? You might not hear from me every day, even though they might not be doing anything promiscuous or something that's lesser, like maybe entertaining a guy friend, which your boy Pro understands that if you with a young lady exclusively, or you working on exclusivity, why should any other guy be entertained? Because he's coming at you with the same intentions, if not more, to be with you, whether it be just physical, y'all fucking, or I had to say it like this, cuzzo, or y'all just y'all just communicating, and y'all just doing what grown men and women do. But like I said, I don't have any boundaries. I don't set boundaries. When I got the info from the young lady, it was I wasn't thrilled about it, because I already know what it is from the jump. I already know what it was. I already knew that even if I did have expectations, I know the inevitability. I knew the inevitable of the situation. You can jump in anytime you want, cuz.
I didn't even know you were talking, man. So
okay.
I was just hearing what you were saying.
I mean, I just like, I don't set any limitations. I don't expect to even have limitations. So I guess I do have an expectation.
So that's where I want to come in. So to be honest, just based off of what you said, it sounds like you need boundaries. The reason why is because you already have an invisible line of expectation there. You weren't thrilled about the information that she gave you, yet you two are not exclusive to each other. Yet there is an expectation, it sounds like, to where she would know that you should be the only one.
This is where I guess I'm not gonna guess, but this is where the depicted era that manifested in of our counterman, or I guess the relationship that we do have.
And see, with no boundaries, you don't even know what to call it. See?
Okay, so I didn't call her in 3 weeks. Now I know people be posting stuff on Facebook talking about, if you don't call me in a week, then. But I wasn't the type of brother that was calling back to try to reconcile, or call back and just be like. Yeah, I was that brother that called back to just be like, hey, what you doing? But I wasn't like, hey, what you doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live with this too, right?
And look, man, I do what the fuck I want to do, man. It's my show. I'm gonna say how I feel. Yeah, I did it.
I see. But you see,
you know, whether I was with somebody else or not, which I wasn't, I'm not upset that, you know, she potentially did something else, because it was 3 weeks. Plus, you're not my girl, and you know this, but we got something that's a little more refined than, you know, the invisible line theory that you just kicked out.
Well, whereas you saw... Well, I'll say this.
Do it look like I'm stressing?
Oh, my God. What it looks like, I'll say this, because you got me tied up. And like, oh my God.
Yeah, I had to do it too.
There's a lot going on with there, but the problem is she didn't think like you thought. And you didn't think like she thought. So and because there was a lack of in quite a few areas, specifically one being the boundary, because nobody knew where each other was going with anything. If you didn't call in 3 weeks, I'm not a female, but I'd have an issue with you too.
Right.
And probably would have just moved on. And then another thing is, whomever was there had already been there. So that's...
I like that.
mean,
yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
You know, unless you had just met them and decided that she was just done with old boy, because she's not calling you, and you're not calling her.
So what's the difference between? I had to cut you off, and I'm not sorry, but because it's my show. So if I would have had the expectation on, you know, meeting this young lady, really liking this young lady, falling in love with this young lady, making future plans or future expectations with this young lady, what was the difference for me possibly doing that and what I have already done?
Well,
because it sounded like that shit was gonna happen anyway.
Well, so the question would really be, what is it that you're doing now that you would not have been doing later on? What is the difference is whatever you're doing now versus whatever it was quote unquote supposed to be. If you two are not operating as if you are together, then that's the difference. There's no commitment. And if there's no commitment, there's not going to be any loyalty. And if there's not any loyalty, why?
Because I don't want to hear that shit. Because first of all, when you do commit, because I'm all about commit.
Well,
hold on, let me finish.
Well, let me finish, because you cut me off for a second time. Now, this is your show, but I'm your guest. So this is what is going to happen.
I will allow it.
So, the bottom line is, you can't get anything out what you have not put in. You ain't put it in, bruh. You ain't going to get it out. Why are you going to squeeze a grape and expect to get grape juice when you don't have...
I'm going to squeeze the grape because I feel like squeezing the grape. And fuck the grape juice.
Well, that's why you're inconsistent.
Go ahead and talk about me like that on my own show.
That's why you're inconsistent. And we love you. God bless your heart tonight.
That sound rehearsed, but nevertheless...
And holistic, you know. That's because it's holistic.
So what happened about the times when cats like me... Because it's brothers out here, like myself, like you, that have actually put in and even expected, or maybe not even expect that
the problem with us,
output.
The problem with us is...
You don't get no output.
Well, the problem with that...
Even when you have an expectation or boundaries. So what the fuck is the difference?
Well,
For me... I mean, I'm not expecting nothing. That's why I guess I'm not hurt. I mean, I guess it sounds like I'm hurt.
Well, you're not hurt, but you do feel some type of way.
The only thing I feel...
out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh.
And it's about to come out right now. The only thing that I regret... And I don't really regret it, but I'm going to say it because...
The only thing you regret is being played.
No, that's not it.
Sir,
that's not it.
There's no way.
No, I'm trying to tell you.
No
Can I tell you what's in my heart? What's in your heart? What's in your wallet? Shout out to my nigga Justin, because that nigga, he stay strapped. But anyway.
He's doing his live show with me. Oh my God.
In my heart, the only thing that I don't like, that I'm not thrilled about, is that, because if I knew before, when we first talked, before I had smashed it that night.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't have busted a nut in her. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to fuck behind no other niggas.
Okay.
And then busting. I got cat.
First of all.
And busting them. I know that's
That's a bit extreme.
I know, and I didn't want to say that, but I gotta say it so that people can understand.
They didn't need to understand that.
Yes, y'all.
I don't think they need to understand that.
I know, because
this is not Dr. Phil.
I know, but
so
you are kind of counseling me right now because doing the powers of Jesus.
No, well, you ain't listening, are you?
Yeah, I am. Yes, I am, because it might not seem like it. I am. Come on, man, let's keep it professional.
I'm trying to keep it professional, but you are off the deep end, and the inconsistency was from the beginning of time.
I had a young lady another young lady told me that I'm inconsistent, that I don't appreciate her. That's a goddamn lie. Because no matter what I'm doing, whether I'm sticking to the G code or whether I'm just going to be the simp that's going to love you and give you the moon.
Well, first, I don't know what the G code is.
Yes, you do.
I don't think I do.
I know you do. I know you do.
What is the G code?
The game, first of all, the game is to be sold, not told, baby. I'm not about to get a G code out here so these motherfucking simps can fuck up the game.
What?
I'm not gonna do it.
Okay.
And the only reason why I'm upset, and I don't want to say the girl name,
please
but
don't, because your feelings is coming out.
I know. I don't care. Because I'm a human being with feelings.
So now you have feelings.
I've been had feelings. I never said I was exempt
from
them. Hold on, let me just get this out.
Let's reel it, bro.
I know. I got to get this out. The only thing that I have failed, and I did play myself.
Okay.
And DJ Khaled told me, and them told me never play myself. And I'm sorry, y'all, that I played myself. Because if I would have stick to the G code frame by frame, that shit would have still happened. But it would have happened, and I would have gave 0 fucks about it. And I give about like 2 fucks about it right now. Which that ain't gonna last all day. You feel me?
Oh my Lord.
But I just had to get that out. Because it seems like, cousin, if you really about it, faithfulness is what pleases God as well as the other part.
It's fundamental. It's so fundamental that without it, you are not going to get the success that you need in any type of relationship. I said, be it intimate, or business, or spiritual. You have to have expectation and loyalty and faithfulness. You have to have that boundary. You can't expect anybody to do you right when you have not set that standard for being done right. If because you're running into people that really are just about, at the end of the day, about themselves. And if they don't have to put up with you, then they're not going to invest the time. If you planting a pumpkin seed, don't expect an apple.
I understand that concept.
You can't expect something when no one knows what to expect. Right. No one knows what to live by. We do live by each other's expectations, or hence you wouldn't have people living in harmony in their own homes. You would not have successful marriages, and you would not have successful relationships in any sect whatsoever of life if you don't have that boundary that first I'm expecting loyalty coming from you, because I'm going to give that same thing.
So when is these boundaries supposed to be established? Before or after intercourse?
Before intercourse, because intercourse ought to be the final thing. The problem is when so many people are humping each other and don't have no boundaries, then when feelings get involved, all of a sudden people want to take ownership. That's not going to work.
You're trying to play me just then,
but it's okay.
Yes, you did.
But
you just took a subliminal. But you just took a subliminal.
I'm right in your face.
You took a subliminal right in my face. And I need an editor so bad, because I need to edit some of this shit. I had to get it out now. But I'm with you because you're making valid points, though. Because regardless of how I may be reacting, that's irrelevant. My reaction is irrelevant. We're here talking about a real topic, which is relationships. The God relationship, the friendship or the spouseship relationship that people have with each other. We're speaking universal. We just giving you straight facts. That's all it is. And I really do appreciate you.
No problem, Don. No problem.
Even though you hit me with a subliminal.
I did not hit you with a subliminal. It was literally in your face.
All right. So you hit me right in my face. So it was a subliminal.
It was.
Damn.
Because that will go for you. That will go for me. That will go for my mama, my daddy.
That's what's up. I like you being being a hundred.
It's about
Going
at the end of the day, it's all about being 100. I mean, if you want something that is wonderful, then and it's okay. It is so okay to have something that's not rugged and raggedy and then been through hoops and hurdles and you know, folk believing that you got to go, you got to break each other's phones and you got to be put out, and then you know you gotta you know you're gonna all that.
So you're not
nonsense.
a believer. You're not a firm believer in people going through stuff frequently to prove their love for each other.
Why? No, that doesn't need to be the proof. And if you are going to go through, you're going to go through together, not against each other. You know, Abraham Lincoln said it. He backed it up through scriptures. A house divided can't stand. You're not going to be able to stand when you got mother versus father in the house. What successful relationship have you seen ever in life when the mother was against the father and they were able to stay in the same house but they hated each other? There's not one in existence. It's just not one. It just can't happen. People are going to be divided in the household. There's not going to be peace. You know what it's like to live in a place where you're on eggshells. That is the most uncomfortable feeling that you can ever have. It's a walk into somewhere where you either lay your head or either you make your money or you go to eat and it's just eggshells everywhere you turn. Every time you go into it. So yeah, like
I want to ask you real quick, Desmond. What are the? You already said loyalty, commitment.
Mm-hmm.
These days, these boundaries have to be set. This is a way for having a successful relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is this an easy thing to do?
Oh, please.
Is it because it sounds like, you know what? Hey, this is the blueprint to having a great relationship. Let me follow these concepts and go for it, and then hey, I'm going to obtain a great relationship.
It's going to take years.
But what if, you know, I come with that do right spirit, with that mindset that, you know what, I'm going to